This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. A major change is taking place in the education system. This September, 10th graders will be introduced to a new national program. The Director of Education telling us that the program has been in the making for some time, but now is the time to introduce the initiative and raise the standard of education from where it is to where it ought to be. Megan Shepard reports.
Director of Education in the Ministry of Education, Lionel Sands, on ground Bahama for a series of meetings with teachers, parents, and students. On Wednesday afternoon, the director met with 9th grade students in both public and some private schools to introduce the new National Diploma Program. Sands says those going into the 10th grade this September will be the first group to pursue the diploma.
It ensures that when students graduate high school, they would have been through a standardized program that's consistent with its standard throughout all of the schools rather than just one or two particular schools. In addition to that, it ensures that those students whose transcripts meet the minimum requirement, those transcripts would have the kind of currency that it needs to present to the college, whether it's this college here in the Bahamas or colleges abroad, for them to matriculate into those colleges. And also the transcript is also necessary for those students who will probably be going directly into the workplace.
He says courses in the program are designed to give students a smooth transition from high school to the workforce, to apprenticeship, or to college. He says students are required to take core courses, but are allowed to choose individualized courses based on their intended career path.
We have what we call core courses that every student must pursue. And then you have the electives, if you want to call it that. We call them pathway. And those pathway courses are courses that are designed specifically for the interests of the student. So if the student wants to pursue a course in whatever that is, and in this case we had a number of persons who want to do welding. Okay, they will do the welding, but it doesn't mean that they won't do the English and the math that's consistent with the welding. You see what I'm saying? And so they will be doing the math, that is applied math, applied science, applied English, and so they'll be doing those kinds of courses that will help them to be able to be successful in the welding. That's different from a student who want to pursue, let's say, medicine.
While BJCs and BGCSEs determine the country's national average, Sands says the National Diploma Program will determine the number of students that successfully complete high school.
Right now, the percentage of students who complete high school in the country is about 50%. With the National High School Diploma, we are seeking to have that raised from 50% to about 85% over the next 13 to 15 years. It's a gradual process, but we're seeking to get there. And how do we get there? By ensuring that every program that we have in our schools, those students who are falling through the crack, they're intervention programs to make sure that we stop them from falling through the crack, so that they could catch up on the work that they're missing and the work that they're failing, and have them succeed in those work.
Sands says so far the idea has been keenly received, but some are curious as to whether or not BJCs and BGCSEs will still be a part of the curriculum.
The BJCs will remain, because remember now the BJC, the students will be required to have at least 4 BJCs to begin the process of high school diploma program. Okay, a minimum of 4, not necessarily only 4. And with the BGCSEs will continue for those students, particularly who seek to go to the colleges, whether it's here or abroad. And so the transcript of the students from the National High School Diploma and the results of the BGCSEs would make it even easier for students to matriculate in the college.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
The Education Beat, the Bahamas will host the 19th Conference of Commonwealth Education Ministers in June of next year. Over 54 ministers of education from throughout the Commonwealth are expected to attend. Now, this is the first time that the Bahamas will be hosting the meeting, and the third time it is being hosted by a country representing the Caribbean. The focus of the 5-day event will be quality, equity, access, and paths in education for their citizens. More than 1,000 foreign delegates are expected to attend the parley at the Atlantis Resort. The government plans to make available up to $2 million to host the event. Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Jerome Fitzgerald, will serve as the organizational chairman. In other news, Vacation Express and Bahamas Air are partnering with the Ministry of Tourism and the Grand Bahama Island tourism sector to introduce weekly 737-400 nonstop jet service from 8 U.S. cities. The summer flights will commence tomorrow, May 1st, and it will help fuel the economic engine of Grand Bahama, welcoming the return of major gateways in the New York tri-state and Washington, D.C. areas with flights from New York, New Jersey, Baltimore, Maryland, and Richmond, Virginia. Other gateways will include Birmingham, Alabama, Cincinnati, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Memphis, Tennessee, and Raleigh, Durham. North Carolina. Grand Bahama is re-entering these markets with additional air-inclusive package options featuring the recently opened 4-star all-inclusive Memories Grand Bahama Beach Resort. Total incremental seats to the destination from the U.S. via the Vacation Express and Bahamas Air program is expected to be around 66,000 and combined with 34,000 from Canada for over 100,000 seats. Now, this could translate to a projected increase of 71,000 passengers. Tourism officials estimate that the earnings from this new traffic could amount to some $57 million. Also in news, police in East Grand Bahama teaming up with Urban Renewal and some concerned citizens for a walkabout in the Chesapeake community. Located in eastern Lucaya, Chesapeake has experienced a low rate of crime and stakeholders hope to keep it that way. ASP Loretta Mackey and Superintendent Henry Rolle of the Urban Renewal Program are playing an active role in this community initiative.
We feel that this initiative this evening is a proactive approach with trying to form the Crime Watch Group. Now, our walkabout is a trifold approach here this afternoon. We are here to distribute flyers with regards to home safety tips. We're here to sensitize the residents about the upcoming meeting next week on the 8th of May. And also, we are here to find out if there are any concerns that they may have that needs to be addressed immediately.
We often hear the critics discuss about we react when situations happen, but in light of recent events throughout the Bahamas, we want to be a little bit more proactive. And one of the things we want to do leading up to these incidents happening is to help sensitize members of the public, and help drive away the fear of crime.
Now, pastor of a church in that area, Eddie Victor, is working hand in hand with the police. He says they want to give support with the formation of watch groups. These groups, he believes, will help to build safe communities.
Our objective here from Living Water Assembly is to begin the process to formulate crime watch groups to begin to watch out for the communities such as Chesapeake, Lincoln Park, Lincoln Green, and all these surrounding communities that surround our church. And we want to work in partnership, of course, with the police, but also with the community, because more importantly, it's going to be the community individuals and people in the community that are going to be a part of these crime watches.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.